Good morning, Congressman Loudermilk. Today's a big day in D.C. as the 116th Congress is set to convene. What can we expect as the new Congress gets underway there?
Well, it's going to start off very interesting. The fight's going to begin on the floor right away as the Democrats immediately are starting to push radical change, not only in policy but in the rules of the House. So it's going to be very interesting throughout the day today.
That's right, Congressman. You know, we've heard some comments already as it's getting started there. Switching gears a bit here, though, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, she called Speaker-designate Nancy Pelosi's plan to reopen the government a non-starter, saying that it does not fund homeland security or keep Americans safe. So should the president back down from his proposal to get more than the $5 billion that he needs for wall funding?
No, absolutely not. And that's one thing that the American people have to understand is that border security is an integrated program. It includes physical barriers, or as a wall, as many are calling it. It includes technology that allows us to detect those that are coming across. The wall is there to slow them down, to give the third aspect of it, which is the personnel, the only ones who can actually apprehend, give them the ability to get there. And if you don't have all three legs of that stool, the stool will collapse. And what the Democrats are doing is basically saying, no, we're not going to allow for the improvements of barriers now, the installation and the building of new barriers, which every expert is saying is a critical piece of border security. If you don't have that, you don't have effective border security. And the president must stand by. He must stand strong. We in the Republican Party here in Congress, we must stand strong as well, because regardless of how much money you throw at the border, if you don't have physical barriers to slow down those trying to come across, and we're talking about drugs, we're talking about weapons, we're talking about terrorists. It isn't just about immigration. This is a national security issue. That is an integral and key part. If you don't have that, all you're going to be doing is throwing taxpayers' money down a hole by just throwing technology in that all it does is detect. And if you can't slow down those that are coming across and allow those our Border Patrol agents to get there and apprehend them, you don't have any border security whatsoever.
That's right, Congressman. There needs to be a balance, as you said. Also, you know, what are your thoughts? We're getting started there. You said it's going to be pretty interesting there with the new Congress. So what are some of your thoughts on the new rules package that's being proposed by House Democrats for Congress to limit deficit spending?
Well, there's basically they're continuing on the pay-go, as we say, pay-as-you-go program that the Republicans have, making some minor tweaks to that. And so I think that is that's important to keep in there. But on the other hand, they're actually doing some things that take away the transparency of debt spending. For instance, they're removing the 3/5 vote requirement to raise taxes, basically taking it back to a simple majority so it make it easier for them in the House to raise taxes, to take away the power and the money from the American people. On the other aspect, we've always required a vote on increasing the debt ceiling, the amount of money the American people owe in the federal debt. It isn't the government that owes it. Ultimately, it's the American people. And the Republicans have put in play rules that required us to vote on raising the debt ceiling. Under these rules, that is gone. Whatever that Nancy Pelosi determines is going to be the budget will automatically raise that debt ceiling. And so the American people won't even be made aware through the votes, the transparent votes of Congress, that we're putting them deeper and deeper and deeper in debt. So while they may be playing up this pay-go, which is something we've been doing all along, it hasn't been very effective because the deficit and debt has continued to rise. They're actually going to be pulling the wool over the eyes of the American people so they can radically increase the debt and deficit without it being made public through a public vote.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.